on your health here. Hope everyone is having an amazing day into the evening. You're catching me about to make dinner / making dinner in my PJs. So come chill. I'm going to talk about how you're possibly blocking yourself from healing. And yeah, so here we go. So I'm going to just start with a personal experience because I can't speak for other people and I don't try to speak for other people. But what I can tell you is that I actually blocked my own healing process because what do we like to do in America? What's that thing that we love to do in America? We love to figure it out, right? We love to be the ones in charge. We love to be the one to say, I figured it out. We like to be right. I am always of the thought process of, would you rather be right or rather be real? So I'd rather be real, and I don't need to be right all the time because being right all the time gets exhausting. So what I like to try to tell people is, even with what we do in our office with muscle testing in regards to listening to the body authentically, it really comes down to being yourself. I think what happens is, and that's kind of what I preach at Honor Your Health, is be yourself. I'm not here to, I don't like to find things and I don't like to search for problems. But if there is a problem, then we take care of it. But oftentimes I find people block themselves from healing because what ends up happening is when you try to figure something out, or when you're trying to push the body past where it's ready to go, or you're trying to it's almost like when you step into something new and you're almost like, I'm just so ready to trust, I surrender, right? Have you ever kind of gotten to that, had a practitioner or had somebody that you go into their office and you're just at your wit's end and you're like, I give up, I surrender, and you're like, wow, that program really worked. Well, why do you think it worked? The reason why it worked is because you let go. You kind of just surrendered. I actually had a friend of mine come in today, and she was like, you know what, Matt? I'm always, very nervous to come in and talk to people or have new practitioners test me. And it's because I think I've just lost so much trust, not only in myself, but I never really got a real result, or nobody ever really listened to me. And that really struck me because I was like, as practitioners, that is my job as a practitioner, is to listen. Not only forget the title of a practitioner. As a human being, my job is to listen to you. And my job is to listen to what your body is saying. I could easily go, well, I know exactly what's going on, but I don't. But your body does, and if I let your body tell me, it'll probably give me exactly the answer that I need to help you get better, right? So I really, really enjoy listening to people because oftentimes you can hear it when somebody is talking. You can hear it when someone's exhausted, right? The first thing she came in today and I tested her, her energy. And when I tested her energy, all these people were trying to detox her and detox her and detox her. And detoxing is great. Don't get me wrong. I love a good detox, right? And more people should be trying to detox. However, the one thing that I think people miss is that you need energy to do that. You need pathways to be open to do that. If you don't have energy and pathways open to do that, it's going to be a rough time, right? So I always try to tell anybody to really listen to yourself, right? If you don't trust, again, this is where it comes down to gut instinct, right? We all have it. But when you're not clean, when your body's not in a good space, it's very hard to hear that, right? So the reason why, and she actually said to me, she said, she's in the nutrition world, and she said, Matt, I really love nutrition, but I feel like it's only one part of the puzzle. And I said, you're absolutely correct. And then she said, but I don't know how to access the other parts. And I said, yes, you do. And she was like, what do you mean, yes, I do? Sorry, I'm salting my food. Salt is good for you, okay? There you go. So what do you mean salting your food? What do you mean? What does that mean? And I literally said to her, nutrition, when your body is clean and when your body is helpful and when your body is in a good space, you're going to be more connected to God. You're going to be more connected to the flow of what God is trying to give to you and flow to you. When your body's not in a healthy state, when you're constantly in that fight or flight, or when you're exhausted, do you think that you're going to hear correctly or hear well from God? Probably not, right? So, but what ends up happening is, again, we want to ego, right? Self, we want to figure it out. Stop trying to figure it out, guys. We all need help. I don't know if you've seen this illusion that we live in and this crazy, whatever you want to call it, we live in. You need help. And if you think you got it all figured out, you're lying to yourself. Because trust me, I don't have it all figured out. Never have, never will. I need help. I got the best help. I continue to find new people and I test them you need help. All right, but you got to go to people who you feel deep down in your gut that you can trust. And I think that's part of the problem, is that we don't go to people that we can trust, right? And I urge you to really start taking care of yourself on a different level, right? On a level of not blocking yourself from your healing journey and your healing process. And that just means sometimes like you need to reach out for help. And I'm not saying me, I'm saying anybody, right? If you resonate with somebody, go to them. But if you don't resonate with somebody, go to someone else, or go to somebody that you feel you may need more, or what have you. But the more that you try to get in the way of something, then it will really cause a problem deep down, because you're going to continue to block yourself and you're going to resist the healing process. And I see it in friends. I see it happen all the time. I did it to myself, and the reason why is because I was like, oh no, I need that thing. That thing is the one thing that's helping me. Here it was like, no, you really don't. But all right, you're stubborn, so you keep taking that thing. And the second I just like let myself be taken care of, my whole body was like, thank you so much. And it was just unbelievable, right? But it just humbled me to realize I don't have it all figured out, right? It humbled me to realize I have to meet people where they are, and people need to come in ready to kind of be helped and cared for. But I think what has happened in our world is that we've not been cared for. We've kind of just been like, take this thing and get out of my face. It's like, that's not being cared for. That's just being like ushered in and out of a door, and that's not helping anybody, right? So I really urge you to start listening to what resonates for you, and to really dig deep down and try to, I don't even say try, stop resisting what you need and just dig in. Because the more you dig in and you let things just happen, I tell people all the time, your program works. You get in the way, because that is a fact. And I think people don't realize they have more stress responses in this life because we've been so used to trauma and normalizing insane amounts of stress, and we're around very negative and very pessimistic people. And I hate to tell y'all, but being miserable and angry is a choice just as much as being happy is a choice, and being kind and being content, it's all a choice. But if you constantly live in a world of anger and being mad or resentful, I'm not saying those things can't be helped and can't be processed through, because they definitely can. However, it's also a choice to live like that and wake up like that. So if you choose to wake up miserable and grouchy, you're probably going to attract people who are also miserable and grouchy, because misery loves company. But if you stand your ground and you're like, I want to be around happy people. I want to be around people who take care of themselves. I want to be around people who are abundant. I want to be around people who take really excellent, who go to excellent care and are not afraid to take care of themselves, right? You're going to watch your life change so quickly, and you're going to unblock yourself in a lot of ways from receiving the abundance that you deserve. But you have to look at who you're surrounded by, because that is a big part of this, right? Everyone wants to say it's all the nutrition, it's all the stuff. It is everything together, but you have to start slow, and you need to start with one aspect first. I always like to start nutritionally, personally, just because when you start your body healing and you get your body in a good place nutritionally and in like a sound place, anytime that you do have an emotional anything pop up, your body can handle it a lot easier because it's not stressed out, it's supported, it has what it needs, it's draining, it's doing everything that it needs to do. So I would urge you, this is just my personal opinion, you can take it or leave it, grain of salt, right? I would urge you to get your body in a place first on a nutritional level to where it's supported. You have the energy, you aren't so stressed out, your energy pathways are good, you are cleaned up, and your body is really just in a good spot. And then I think you will realize how much easier it is to handle emotional releasing and doing emotional work and all those things, because your body can actually tolerate it. I think what people do is they want to go to the emotion side first, and that's important, or they want to go to the spiritual side first, and that's also important. But from what I have seen and what I have felt in my own spirit is that the more I have a clean, stable, healthy body, I'm solid and I can really handle and also work through emotional stuff with like seamless energy, right? So just something to think about. Remember, you absolutely can block your healing, and if you need help, please send us a message or comment below or what have you on this channel. And or you can email us at info@honoryourhealth.life, and we will be happy to have a 15-minute interview with you over the phone, and which would be done by me. And you can do an application on our website if you're excited about wanting to start something new. Again, that would be at honoryourhealth.life, where you can fill out an application. And we will talk to you soon. I hope this helped, and I hope that you start taking care of yourself because you deserve it. And nothing feels better than feeling good. And you have to start slow. Don't try to, conquer the world tomorrow. All right? One step at a time. Just take action. Take one small action to get yourself feeling better. All right, guys? Have a wonderful night. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.